This trip was never about Iceland. Yes, that's where we were, but it was just the setting. A beautiful setting at that, but really, it was about a family adventure. There are many wonderful family vacations out there: Disney, a lake, the beach, visiting a great US city, or maybe even something more ambitious like international sightseeing with kids. We've done many of these and love them for what they are, but I'm always left wanting something a bit more raw. I wanted this trip to be an adventure into the unknown, something outside of our comfort zone, something different. I wanted it to be a little bit challenging, and I wanted us to have a bold experience together.
Ugh, there's like puffins.
There are some obvious constraints with young kids, so we decided to head to Iceland and camp for 9 days. We were kind of a sight to be seen. Our harpy baby, Batman, some kind of princess slash tomboy, our brave mother, and me, Clark Griswold. The first issue was logistics. We had been living in Europe for 6 months and didn't have anything camp-worthy, let alone Iceland camp-worthy. We took some time and carefully planned. I even had a spreadsheet. And between renting, shopping, and Amazon Global, we finally ended up with the right gear. It's always funny how our bags can outweigh us on a family trip. Camping with 3 young children for 9 days might seem like your personal nightmare, and it wasn't easy, but you kind of learn to roll with things, lower your expectations, and love the simplicity. Uh-oh.
You're almost there!
I'd do the same trip again, and I wouldn't change a thing, other than renting a bigger car. It was almost laughable, the sight, seeing us unpack and then repack that car every day. It had to be perfect, otherwise it wouldn't fit. It rained almost every day, and waterproof gear was key. We learned this the hard way, an hour into a hike on the first day. And what started out as a beautiful sunny hike ended in a miserable downpour. They say the weather in Iceland changes every 5 minutes.
You guys are tough. You guys are tough and you can do hard things.
It was rough, but we finally made it back and dried out. After that, we were religious about suiting up completely, no matter what the weather was. We set out to drive the entire ring road of Iceland. In total, we drove around 1,000 miles. Every day was driving, and more driving. But the scenery was so unique and jaw-dropping, the hours seemed to fly by. For food, a lot of the island is fairly remote, and so we brought a week's worth of freeze-dried dinners. Some were delicious. I actually started looking forward to our carb-loaded, salty meals each night out in the open air. Breakfast was a steady diet of oatmeal, agave, and extra creamy day-old milk. The car was another story. We did a grocery run every so often, and that fearless mother I mentioned, she basically operated a full-service kitchen out of the passenger seat. I don't think she relaxed once in the car. Driving, my job, was so much easier. Reason number 62 why I love Belizeorama. The only X factor was our 1-year-old milk snob daughter, who we love, but she loves warm milk. and nothing less.
I'm pulled over on the side of the road in the middle of Iceland, and I'm making a bottle for my 1-year-old. So good thing we have a stove.
To me, Iceland kind of felt like a young Earth. What I envisioned the terrain looked like as it was formed. There's really nothing like it. We'd drive and drive, and each turn would open up a completely different landscape. Sometimes I wonder if our kids will ever remember any of this. They might, but I know I'll remember this experience with them, and that's enough for me.